your face there?
Making shadow puppets over there. All right, so a piece of the context to keep in mind there is that perhaps, now again, let me back up. So we know that like on all of our high covers, we want to do the best we can to drive in, right, to take away some of the stink that's coming on that strike. So keep in mind that the strike is coming, like as that strike is coming in, right, I'm still moving in, which is why dropping it down right here, bang, just makes a lot of sense, right? So a hammer fist is, but I would consider not necessarily a long range strike, range one. So you're moving in on your target, I think, which is where a lot of that power comes from. Because I think if my arm is bent in this bent position, it has a lot of force to unload. So keep in mind that the context of this, I'm driving in, taking that stink off, and because I'm already in there, it just makes a lot of sense to drop that hammer down right there. Okay, so now we're going to go in the same concept. Now we're going to return with a hook. And so the context here will be, perhaps I'm at a bit of a, not necessarily maybe at longer range, but for whatever reason, I end up leaning in on my cover. So not necessarily driving straight in, but perhaps I end up leaning into it on either side of the other. Now again, because you can take away force, right, one of two ways here. I'm either in which I'm taking away that I'm not at the apex of the strike, or I go into it. Or rather, let me back up. Moving forward, in which case I'm not at the apex of the strike, or I move into it and I stuff it before it hits the apex of the strike. Okay? So this here is I'm stuffing it. I'm still covering, right? Maybe I'm in my fence and I see, and I just lean in. Now, this hand is loaded, so I just come back, bang, with the hook. So I'm here, boom, bang. Lean, hook. Lean, hook. Lean, hook. When I lean, when I come back, I'm taking a step with my lead foot, bang. So I can get a lot of power behind this, all right? Boom, boom, unload. All right, ready to try it? All right, all three. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Aaron, you're leaning to the side, not back at all, right?
Yeah, just to the side, not back. Yep.
Thanks.
Both sides?
Yeah, we're gonna go to the other side in a second here.
Okay.
Give me dirty.
Whoa.
Okay, good. Now work the other side. So now we're going covering left, coming back with the lead hook. Same mechanics. Yeah, I'm just going to the left side. So, hey. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good. Anytime. All right. So now we're going to add a variation of the high cover and this return. So you guys know the high cover that, first of all, let me ask any questions. No? Okay, that's good. All right. So the variation of the high cover that I like is the helmet, right? So I have one hand that's doing a traditional high cover, right? Grabbing the back of my skull, got my rhino horn, but with my other hand, my opposite hand, I'm taking it, grabbing the top of my wrist, right? So that I'm forming, I'm covering up the other part of my head, really like across the top of my eyebrows, right? So I can still see here, right? I'm not down here and it's not covering up my eyes, right? So boom, and then take this wrist across the top of your eyebrows and grab your opposite wrist. There you go, right? You should have a nice little line of sight coming straight past your elbow. So it's the same thing on the other side. So let's do this. Let's just work both sides. Just get familiar with that feeling. Okay, yeah.
Can I just switch sides when you do it, or you just go with one side?
You can switch. I like this, going this way feels easier for me. So for me, I just go right hand, covers the back of my head, left hand covers up the top. Right? It just feels better for me. But I think, again, if you want to get familiar doing both sides, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely. So just in place on your own, just get that.
Much easier without the gloves on.
Much easier, yeah, without the gloves. Absolutely.
Nice hammer fist out of that one, too.
Yep, that's where we're going.
Sorry.
Way to give it away, Scott.
You know what? I'm just go ahead and mute myself.
Like you've done instructor training or something.
I'm going mute. See ya.
Make sure everything's tight behind your head, right? I don't want to have a ton of space, just in the same way. There you go, Sid, that's better. Yep. Boom, yep. Again, you're putting a nice little helmet over your head. Good. I really like this one for the purposes of crashing the gate, right? Because I got two little, rhino horns right here. But if someone's coming in, throwing a strike at your face, right? They're getting met 2 elbows. So and again, you go barehanded on somebody's elbow, chances are, most likely you're breaking your hand. At the very least, that's gonna suck. It's gonna make you think twice about it, right? So I can crash in and I can get to my clinch. And again, this is covering up the CPU. This is doing a good job of protecting my head, protecting my jawline, right? The mushy part, or if I get hit, I'm getting knocked out, okay? So again, just context, that's why I like it. I really like this one. And again, too, it takes the guesswork out of, oh crap, like which hand is it, right? Instead of playing this game, let me just cover my head, drive, clinch, get into my attacks. Yeah. So from here, and feel free to work both sides on this just for the sake of time. But what we're going to do is we'll go, again, that haymaker is coming in. Let's say for now it's coming on the left side. Boom, I cover. From here, I unload with a hammer fist into a hook. Bang, bang. Those have a back hammer. Cover, back hammer, over. Now more of an overhand. overhand. So all together, cover, 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 back hammer, overhand. And on the other side, it's basically the same thing, right? Cover, back hammer, overhand. On that overhand, because it's going to my opposite side now, when I throw it, I'm stepping. Hammer. That'll generate some more power. Stepping in to an orthodox stance. Right. Got both sides. I'm gonna let you get a lot of reps here.
Chris, is that an Outslayer bag? Is that Chris? No, it's Brian. Brian, is that an Outslayer bag? Wow. Someone's got some cash.
Actually, it was like $100 at Walmart.
Unfilled, right?
Yep.
All right.
Good thing about having kids, they outgrow their clothes pretty quick.
Okay, and time.
Sorry.
Good, and time. All right, any questions there? Awesome. Okay, so now let's work kick. Okay, so we'll start low. We'll work our way up. So when defending against low kicks, for right now we're going to defend against the low round kick. So again, the round kick being calf all the way up to 3 to 4 inches above the kneecap on the side of your thigh, your IT. Okay, so there's a couple different ways that we defend against this. Obviously, the first is just move, right? So let's work that. Let's work a response off of that. So if I'm in with somebody and I know this kick is coming, and people will do this. People will throw kicks naked, meaning they haven't done anything with their hands, set it up. They'll just kind of come in, because a lot of people have struggle with kicking. They'll just kind of be like, they'll kind of see it and know it's coming, right? So if I can just move, let me just move, right? So I'm in my stance, and all I'm doing is just dashing backwards, right? So I'm picking up my back foot, pushing off my front. and I'm going, you're not going very far, right? I don't want to take my, right? Especially if I'm planning on countering and coming back. I don't want to get so far that now, like, we start at square one again, and we're both back here, okay? If this kick comes in, I want to move just enough so I can dash in with an attack of my own, okay? So for right now, we're just going to follow up with a cross. Because what we're thinking here is they come in and miss, their body's all off angle here, boom, I'll take right across their jaw. So all the mechanics of this will just be boom, then dash forward, reset, dash back, dash back, dash forward. Okay? Good. 1, 2, 3.
How do I pin? It's okay, babe.
Whoa.
Well,
Good time. All right, so now we're gonna make a small adjustment. So I'm still gonna be moving that lead leg out of the way, but as we're on this dash, I'm taking both legs out. In this next movement, I'm just gonna move my lead leg. So all this will look like is this right foot or your back foot is gonna stay planted. And when that kick comes in, all I'm gonna do is just take my lead foot about a foot or so near to my back foot. That's all it is. So I'm still moving it out the way. Since this was his target, I'm still moving the target.
Cat
But
stand.
now what this is going to allow me to do, now I'm actually in a better position to follow up with my counter attacks. Okay? So I'm just here, whoop, and I come through. Okay? So again, then again, this is more advanced, right? That even if I get clipped in my head, I know I'm following up with this strike. So whether I get hit or not, I'm still going. Okay. So again, the difference being dash to lead foot. And I'm still dashing forward on that counter. All right. Give it a shot.
Aaron,
Yes.
where's your weight when you pull the foot back? Is it all on your back leg?
No, it's going forward.
Yeah.
No.
Not so much actually. It was, I mean, the
Right.
difference is this
Mm-hmm.
versus,
Okay.
right? Because I want to go forward, I don't want to be all the way back here. That's going to take too much time.
True.
So I'm really keeping, I would say 60-40, 60 leg, 40 back here. Because I want to make that lead leg very light, right?
Okay, thanks.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Hey, what's going on, Aaron? Good
She
to
says
see
hi.
you.
Say hi, Aaron.
I shouldn't have said anything. Now she stopped working.
Whoa.
Time. Good job. Okay, so we're not going to go over shin checks today just because I think shin checking, if you are not a professional Muay Thai fighter, will hurt a lot, right? You do that. Again, if you sparred in here, even with your shin pads on, man, you guys connect at the right angle. It's like you feel that through the pad, right? So just imagine somebody coming full stank and you guys connections. One, I mean, at the very least, it's going to hurt a lot. Two, possibility of certainly fracturing and or breaking ankle, right? So in line with that, what I would suggest is, Brian, you got a bag. If some of you have bags, what I would suggest is, when this quarantine nonsense is over, and we can get back in the studio. We got one of the heavy bags hanging up. What I would encourage you to do is just after each class, go kick the bottom part of the bag. Get, I would say, depending on the time, 50 to 100 low kicks, just to begin to condition your shins, so that I still don't plan on checking kicks, right? One, it's going to make my kicks harder, right? Because what you're going to do is you put small micro fractures in your shin, and when they heal, your shin comes back stronger, right? So when you kick, it's going to be harder. But also, too, should you incidentally, right? While you may feel it, they'll feel it more, right? So it's not going to phase you as much. So I would encourage you just in your time, just to begin to kick. I mean, Brian, that's a good bag to kick, because the bottom part is where a lot of the sand and all that collects, right? So it'll get harder. So kick it, just two, 3 times a week. You don't got to go. I mean, you got to kick it hard, but you don't have to do it every day. You do want to give yourself time to heal, right? So
and while you're at home, make one of these out of flags for like the dog containment systems.
Cool.
What is
So
Puffing your bones up like that.
that's that old school stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian.
I didn't see that, but like I had a friend that did Muay Thai, and he was like the small dowel rods, and he would get like 2 or 3 of them and just hit your shins with it up and down. Is that stupid or is that effective?
I have the guys who I know who train Muay Thai significantly. Like, I've never heard them advocate for that. And then I think what I see from the Thai fighters themselves, the Thai people themselves, what I see them doing is kicking the pad as hard as they can. Because I think then you're able to cover as much of your shin as possible. And you're working the mechanics of the kick. Because I think at one level, this is not necessarily, I don't think it's creating the same force, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I would just recommend the bag. I think that's the tried and true method. I've heard other stories of, stuff like that. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I was just thinking if you're home and you didn't have a bag, maybe that was a good way of toughening them up or
Yeah,
making them tougher faster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what this is.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, good question. All right, so the next one here will be our absorb, right? So I've got my move. Now I'm going to stand in place and absorb. So with my absorb, all I'm doing is I'm taking this lead foot and I'm going to angle it out at 45 degrees and lean into it, creating, kind of flexing the quads there so that they're hitting on the top of my thigh or even my kneecap versus getting on the IT band, which is really going to suck, or even on the outside of my kneecap, which is going to fold my knee in, right? So that kick comes in and I lean into it. It turns 45 degrees and I lean in. And on this, you can get this just about near simultaneous of lean, cross. Because they're on one leg. This is the most, I would say, the most common response to a low kick is lean in and absorb. And once it hits, go. Okay? So all together, it'll just be lean, boom. Angle, lean, go. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3.
Don't lick my shirt. Ew. Abby, go lie down. Go. Lie down.
Is it?
Nope.
Aaron.
Is the 45-degree angle, is that like the step into the punch, or do you make another step into the cross there?
I would say that is the step. Because
Okay.
if you're coming on that kick, they're going to have to step in themselves, commit a little bit. Because they're on one leg, they're really not going anywhere. So all I need to do is just turn and push off this leg.
Turn, push off. Okay.
Back. Yeah, good question.
And you want to wait for impact of the kick before it's working, right?
I would say no. I would say don't wait for anything, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you kind of know it's coming and you see them in the process of it, just go. Just bang. Yeah. Good question.
was kicking me. You wanna kick me?
Okay, good time. All right, so last one, basically the same, except now they're coming with the inside leg kick. And so our defense on that is I'm just rotating the balls of my toes, turning my thigh perpendicular. Again, I want them to hit the inside or the top of my thigh, not inside of my knee. So here, just boom, and it's the same thing. Come back with that cross. Boom, cross. Boom, cross. Turn, cross.
Opposite.
What do you mean?
Here, so inside is going to be on your front leg, right?
Yeah, so essentially they're coming with a lead leg towards the inside of my leg versus the outside. Yeah, so all I'm doing is just, so it is the opposite from where it went to work. Versus the outside leg kick, I'm rotating my toes 45 degrees angle outward versus the inside.
Shoot, sorry. Drop my phone. Sorry. I don't know why it's all upside down now. My world is turned around. Okay, here we go. Let's proceed.
First time. So versus the outside leg kick, I'm rotating 45 degrees out versus the inside, turning my toes in.
Right. Okay. I think I was trying to come in with a 1 instead of a 2, so I was turning and trying to use the same side to go. It was awkward. So
that would be fun.
yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Great.
Hey, Aaron, I might be
Yeah.
crazy, but it feels like you're setting up almost when you turn that leg and get down like that, you're setting up for a hook. Is that the feel I should have, or is it kind of different?
Oh, so like that I'm throwing a hook?
No. Like when I defend it, right? When I defend it and then throw, it's almost like I'm setting up for a hook or some. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I should.
I mean, you may just be over rotating, which you feel like you want to come back with all that.
Yeah.
Now, like you got to remember, like this is I'm just bang.
Okay.
That's all.
And then it's straight. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Good question, though.
Okay, that's better.
No. Thank you.
Okay, good. And time. Is that right? Well done. Well done. Any questions?
Hey, Aaron, can you hear me?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, on the very first ones, when we were doing the head blocks,
Yeah, I go.
the high covers, and now all of a sudden we kind of went into it, and then we kind of, like with our left, we struck with our jab, right?
Mhm.
Or actually, was it a number 3?
Let's see. So we went boom, bang, boom. Was there another strike after?
Yeah. So I'm thinking, like, instead of going in, wouldn't you just kind of come with a 4 or just a cross or something?
Yeah. No, that's perfectly acceptable. That's perfectly acceptable. It's more of a matter of like closest weapon, closest target at that moment, right? So it's just what we're trying to do is give some basic and easy responses to common attacks, and also trying to account for the various energies that my body may end up in, right? So I may end up here, right? So I can do here, or I could just, I can certainly go from here, drive a short little 5 up, or here, short 6. Either's fine, right?
Right.
It's a matter of options and what you feel like you can perform quickly and under stress, right? Like I said, for me, I don't, like I said, case in point, I don't necessarily like coming to my opposite side here with this helmet cover. I like to just stay on this side. So my response, no matter what, is probably, whether it's left punch, right punch, probably always gonna be bang, boom, boom. Whether it's coming from the right, bang, 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 left, boom, boom, boom. Here to my clinch, to knees, to elbows. So it's whatever, just trying to give options. Okay, what feels good for you? What can you do, right? So yeah, absolutely, that is absolutely an option.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Anything else? All right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Have a wonderful Saturday. Chest out, shoulders back, and Kida.
Kida. High fives.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Awesome class, Aaron. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron.
See you guys.
Bye,
Bye,
Dan.
all.
Stay safe.